Come on in, come on in. Welcome to the first official welcome video of the 59th Parlor. My name is Tony Ray and I will be your host with the most. I'm super excited to have you here. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Reinventing femininity, faith, style, becoming that woman that we envision. That is why I am here. That is the whole basis of me starting this podcast in the first place, because I really wanted to touch further into these topics so we all see the trends of the reinventing, the glow up, the level up. I mean, there are so many people that hop on the topics because they work well. People want to know, okay, well, what are you doing that I'm not doing? And it's that constant cycle of trying to see what else someone is doing, or excuse me, what someone else is doing to, elevate their lives. We want in on that. That's why those trends do so well. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've done it myself. I've hopped on the trend. I've done the reinventing yourself in 30 days. I've done the glow up, the 24-hour glow up. I've done it all. And honestly, I am starting this whole series, this whole new venture, because God finally revealed to me that I was not supposed to be in that rat race. So I want to point out something. And the reason why I titled the video the way that I did is because we don't realize how much the reinvention process takes. When you are really trying to elevate your life, it's not just simply about the clothes, the hair, the maintenance, and all of that. It's much deeper than that. And I really got to thinking about this subject and some things that I wanted to pinpoint just into this welcome video so that you guys can know all of the things that we are going to be discussing here. But I really started looking at, okay, if I want to truly reinvent myself, if I want to truly elevate myself, what is that going to entail? So the first pillar that I want to talk about is, first and foremost, going through a healing process. And before I get too off subject, because I told you I'm trying to keep this around 10 minutes. Let me check my notes just so I can be sure, because I can get a little long-winded, sis, and we will sit in here and be talking for a very long time. But, when we think about the reinvention process, we start thinking about healing. That should be the very first thing that we start with, is healing, and asking yourself, is it a spirit-led reinvention? So the reason why faith and femininity are both very big values to me, and very big values that we will touch on in this season, is because it wasn't until I really began to get my life right and really began to get my spiritual life right with the Most High that I actually began to realize what my reinvention was for. So I'll give you guys a little more backstory. My YouTube, which is the Tony Ray Way, that's where I started. My whole entire YouTube journey started with doing makeup, doing, hair, doing the whole beauty thing. And the reason that I feel like now, looking hindsight, the reason why I feel like I did most of that is because it worked. Again, we find ourselves in this mindset, it works for this person, so it's got to work for me. Like, why wouldn't it work for me? But I began to, kind of dive deeper, especially over these last couple of months, that I realized that I was just doing what everybody else was doing because I thought it would work. I thought my channel would blow up. I thought that I would have all of this, these brand deals and money coming in from left and right, and it was not working for me. So first thing that we have to ask ourselves is, when we're really wanting to reinvent, is this spirit-led? The Father God told me my reinvention is going to be different. It's not going to be overnight. It's not going to be this quick thing, because I'm trying to have total transformation. So we have to get out of the rat race of trying to hurry up and reinvent ourselves just so we can keep up with the rest of the world. Because honestly, when we do that, it's going to do the total opposite. And please believe me when I say, because I'm speaking to you from experience, it actually sent me down a spiral. And obviously, we'll save videos for that and we'll jump into that at a later time, but it did send me on a downward spiral. So like I said, just, I'm 32, you guys. I'm 32 years old. And I realized that a lot of my life I have spent trying to keep up. You know, I can admit that honestly, is that I have tried to keep up with the Joneses. And I'm done keeping up with the Joneses, okay? So, you know, like I said, I've been in a heavy prayer season over the last couple of months, and over these last couple of months of me truly just diving deep into my spiritual walk, allowing the Father to guide me through things, show me things, and just really trying to shift my mindset. I feel like I have had so much clarity and so much like awaken in my mind that now I understand my purpose. Now I understand what my purpose was the whole time. And it wasn't until again that my walk in my walk with Christ, okay, my walk with the Father, that is what pushed me into this whole 59th Parlor. So again, this channel is going to be, it's actually going to be a podcast. Honestly, I planned on miking up for this one, but I just realized that my podcast mic does not have the connector piece that I needed to go to my camera. But we're not going to let that stop us. Obviously, we are still showing up, okay? But again, this whole entire channel will be just about talking about our femininity. Honestly, you know, again, over the last several months, I've really learned what kind of woman I want to be, how I want to show up for myself, how I want to look, how I want to present myself. So again, it's not just about having that overnight transition. We can make ourselves look beautiful overnight. I mean, we do it all the time. We do our hair, we do our nails, we get our brows waxed. We can do all of that, but we are talking about an in-depth type transition, an in-depth look at all of the smaller areas that we need to change. And that's where I was going. I was trying to figure out why I was saying my age, because I knew I had a point about it. But you know, being 32 years old, it's just, I now know the type of woman that I want to be. I know how I want to show up for myself. And one of the things that we'll talk about in a later episode is the fact that I had kids young. I got married young. So my, you know, 20s was not spent trying to be feminine. I didn't even know what being feminine was. I was just trying to survive, okay? I was trying to take care of my kids, take care of my house, maintain, work, and do the best that I could. So now, as I, again, like I said, I am in my early 30s. Now I see how I want to present myself. Now, as my walk with Christ has gotten so much stronger, my spiritual walk has gotten so much stronger, I now understand how I am supposed to be used, how my voice is supposed to be used, and showing up in that way and encouraging other women to, you know, maybe change up your style, or maybe go on that serious reinvention walk where you are healing from past traumas, where you are forgiving yourself, because we don't forgive ourselves enough. But again, and let me check my notes one more time, because I'm telling y'all, when I turn this camera on, I can talk. I can talk a lot, but it looks like those are just really and truly the things that I wanted to touch on. So I definitely do still have the Toni Ray Way channel. If you guys want to go over there, I actually just kind of transform that channel as well. So like I said, on the 59th Parlor, we will talk about things of femininity, style, our faith, like really reinventing ourselves. But on the Toni Ray Way channel, we are actually going to be witnessing me transforming my life. So I did start a vlog series entitled Her Lifestyle Vlog, where you guys can actually witness me just going through this transformation. Now I'm going to give you guys a forewarning. I'm a little silly, okay? So on my vlogs, I'm definitely silly. I'm just a goofy person by nature. So it might get a little silly and a little crazy, but I'm just, you know, I'm throwing that out there just in case you are interested in watching how my life is actually transitioning as I am simultaneously doing this podcast and learning who I am and learning how to show up as the woman that I'm trying to be. So I definitely transitioned that as well. But there are still some makeup videos and tutorials on there if you want to check those out. I can honestly say I probably will not do makeup tutorials any longer. Now, I definitely might throw in some natural hair tutorials and things like that, just because I'm kind of trying to get back to my natural hair journey. I'm trying to grow my hair out. But all in all, I'm just giving you guys that option. If you guys want to check that out, you can catch me on that channel as well. But this one will be solely and just strictly just for those pillars that we discussed. So I really got, I hope you guys enjoyed this welcome video. I kind of just wanted to pop this on here to give a little bit of backstory, help you guys understand why I'm even here. So if you guys are interested in keeping up with the journey, or if you're interested in joining me on this journey, then definitely make sure you hit that subscribe button below and turn on those notifications as well. And on the first official episode, which will be coming here very, very soon, I will also have all of the podcast streaming services that I will be linked on, so that you guys can check me out there, just in case you don't want to see the actual video and you just want to listen to the audio. So again, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad to have you guys here, and I cannot wait for us to dive into some topics. And one thing that I also want to put out there, I don't have an Instagram for this account just yet, but my email is listed on the community tab. So if there are ever any questions or topics that you guys want me to talk about, make sure you email me, and I will definitely start building out talking points or like whole episodes based on questions that you guys have or that you want to discuss. Like I said, if you have questions about motherhood, if you have questions about, just your personal journey, trying to become more feminine, trying to build routines, or whatever the case, definitely make sure that you guys send those through email. But again, welcome. I am so glad to have you here, and let's start transforming.